So we just created our first part in SolidWorks. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how can we move around our part and how can we view it in different orientations. So first of all, you need to make sure you're using a 3-button mouse with a middle mouse button when you're working with SolidWorks because you're going to use this middle mouse button a lot. So if you click on the middle mouse button, you can move your part like this. If you click on the middle mouse button and move your mouse around, so you can view it in different orientations from different directions. Just click on the middle mouse button and then move your part to wherever you want to see. Another option you can use is don't click the middle mouse button, just scroll using middle mouse button and you can zoom in and out using this option. But make sure that you keep your cursor where you want to zoom in or out. If your cursor is here and you zoom in, you're going to zoom in over the part. But let's say your cursor is here and you zoom in, so it's going to zoom in at this region and not on the part. And another option you have is if you hold control and press middle mouse button and then move your mouse, you can pan your part and you can move your part like this. So hold control and middle mouse button and you can pan. Another option is holding Alt. If you hold Alt button and middle mouse button, you can rotate it like this. Okay. Another option is holding Shift button. If you hold down Shift and middle mouse button, then you can also zoom in and out like this. You can zoom in and out just with scrolling through middle mouse button or holding Shift button, middle mouse button, and moving your mouse up and down. Whichever is convenient for you, you can use any of these. Other options we have for viewing are here at the top. So we have zoom to fit. If we click this one, whatever part we have created, it would zoom so that this one fits in our view. This option, zoom to area. So for this one, we have to create an area and it would zoom in that area. So if we click this one and we do like this, so it zooms in on this area. And other options we have here is section view. So we can section our drawing. This might not be very useful for this part because we don't have any internal features in this part. But if you have internal features like holes, etc., this can be very useful. So you can just section it at any depth you want. But for this part, it would just essentially give you the same view from any depth. And here you have different display styles. So this one. So you can view it shaded with edges like it's now, or just shaded. So it stops showing you the edges. You can see it's not showing any edges now. And other options is this one, hidden lines removed. If you just show the outline, there are no hidden lines which are in the back. Um, okay, and now we can view it from different orientations. So suppose we can use this full view orientation, like we can have front view, left view, top view, and also our trimetric view. So we can go back to single view, and we have some other cool options here. So we can change the appearance of our card. So right now it has one color. We can change the color. We can give any color to our part we want, and we can also give it some texture. Like if we want our part to look like this, we can change the colors in this texture like this. But normally for making a part, we just use a standard appearance, and you can change that later if we want, depending on the part. Other options we have are other options we have so we have some options for the background. So normally we just choose this default 3-point faded for normal modeling, or you can use plain white. But there are other options like this urban background. So if you're modeling something and you want to see it in a specific background, like how it's going to look like in a particular background with certain things around, you can definitely do it with SolidWorks. But for the most part, we just use standard 3-point faded, and there are a couple of other options that you can toggle between using this option. Like you can show shadows if you want, and here you see, like when I move my part around, this small XYZ axis, it moves as well. So we can click any of these axes and we can view it through that axis. For example, I click on the y-axis here and it shows me the part through y-axis. We can click on z-axis and it shows me through z-axis. I click on x-axis and it shows me the part through x-axis.